I always find it comical when you hear conservatives like old Douglas Ducote talk about personal responsibility. Oh yeah, they think they got the market cornered on personal responsibility. Yep, and they usually tell you that they did it all on their own. They did it all on their own. Nobody helped them, especially the old government didn't help them. They did it all on their own because they got personal responsibility. But apparently, old Dougie didn't tell his fellow insurrectionists that they need to toe the line on that personal responsibility. Because that old big old Barnett, oh, he was the guy that had his feet kicked up on Pelosi's desk. Oh, he was a tough guy. He was a really tough guy. Called old Nancy Pelosi a bitch. And old Barnett, we find out, threw him a little fit. Threw him a little fit in court. Because court said, well, we're going to revisit this case in about 2 months. And old Barnett goes to crying like a little baby. Crying like a big old baby. Said, oh, that ain't right. Everybody else is going home. This is not right. Yeah. See, old Dougie should be reminding old Barnett about towing that line on that personal responsibility. So, yeah, you go into Pelosi's office with a stun gun and you get arrested, well, take personal responsibility. Then that old insurrectionist, he was complaining that in his cell at night, he's got cockroaches crawling all over him. Personally, I think they ought to put cockroaches in every one of those insurrectionist cells. Because that's what they are, a bunch of fucking cockroaches. And you can sum all of them up with their lack of intellect, their ignorance of government, of history, of science, of philosophy, of art. They're incapable of expressing nuance and subtlety. Nah, they can't do that kind of stuff. Of course, they're destitute in any decency. They're wielding a gaudy 77-word vocabulary, which can best be described as jerkish English. But where they get that from? Well, that lack of intellect. That's why they like old Trumpo so much. Old Trumpo's just like them. Just exactly like him. That's why they love him so much. And then the shaman, the old Q shaman, he's still beside himself that old Trumpo didn't give him a pardon. Then you tell old Dougie, says, won't you tell the Q shaman step up to the plate and own that personal responsibility? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's just like old conservatives like Dougie Ducote. He talks a good game. Old Dougie will talk. He'll talk that good game. He'll say what a great American he is. And he's so smart. But then when it comes to personal responsibility, old Dougie says, no, you can't apply that to us. Even though they say they're all about personal responsibility, now you can't apply that to their side. When cockroaches are crawling over insurrectionists, oh yeah, and you try to tell them, say, well, you talk about personal responsibility. Well, here it is. Won't you drag your ass into court and plead guilty? Take that personal responsibility. But we're going to hold them accountable, Dougie. Those insurrectionists just like you, ignorant of history, don't know you asked from a freaking hole in the ground. We're going to hold you accountable, Dougie. We're not going to let you forget that you voted for a man that cost the deaths of 500,000 Americans and counting. Yeah, but that's just okay with Dougie. Those other families that are suffering because they've lost their loved ones, Dougie doesn't give a shit about them, those 500,000 Americans and counting. No, Dougie doesn't give a shit. What old Dougie will tell you, oh, it was a rough week. It was a rough week from his idiot old man being in the hospital. Oh, everybody feels sorry for Dougie. Everybody feels sorry for Dougie. And then the 500,000 families we got that have lost a loved one, old Dougie says, screw you. Trump knows better. Trump told you it was going to go away. You should have believed old Trump. Old Trump was telling us the truth, that it was all going to go away. And inject some disinfectant while you're at it. But, yeah, that's what you get out of conservatives. Lack of freaking intellect. And a bunch of hypocrisy. That's what you get from Dougie's side. And a little splash of Nazism. Oh, yeah. That's the kind of shit you get from Dougie's side. You know why? Because they have a lack of intellect. And you can't disabuse them of their notions. No matter how many truckloads of evidence you got to show them, nah, they're going to look at it and say, nah, it's all a liberal hoax. Don't believe anything. Don't believe the evidence. But yeah, that's why they like old Trumpo so much. Because he's as dumb as they are. Yeah, like on March the 4th, old Trump was gonna be back in office. He was gonna be inaugurated on the 4th. Here it is, the freaking 7th, and nah. So what did they do? They moved it back to the 20th. So Dougie's gonna be sitting there and said, "Oh, let's just get to March 20th, and we're gonna have old Trumpo back." Shows you that lack of fucking intellect. Douglas Ducote's not a smart man. No. And the dumb people will tell you smart. And then smart people say, you know, I just don't know everything, but I'd kind of like to find out a few things. That's what smart people do, but nah. That's not going to be Dougie. He's not going to look anything up. No. See ya, Dougie. Fuck you, bitch.